Hi everyone, and welcome back to Design and Crafts with CWD, and this is Chadi. Oh, excuse me, I moved the camera. Today we have a sewing project. Lucille asked me if I could do a tutorial on a bell bottom, and I thought that was a good idea. Now, I'm not going to cut my pair of jeans because I don't have a pair of jeans to cut. I'm sorry. And I had an old pair and it was so bad I finally had to throw away, so I couldn't even do that. But I'll give you an idea what we're going to do. The first thing you're going to do, of course, is decide at what length you want your bell bottom. Also, if you want it on the sides, if you want it all the way around it, I mean, it all depends what you want. Mostly the ones that, I mean, more normal, I mean, more whatever, what I've seen around is just basically all the way around. In other words, you just want to make it, cut the leg and then put it, the insert of the bell bottom. So this is what we're going to do today. So like I said, first thing you need to know your length, and I measure mine. A good length is right below the knee, down to the hem. I think my knee is about here, give or take. Somewhere right here, and I measure mine, and I believe it was 13 inches, but I'll measure it again. And here my zero. Yeah, that's what I wanted it. So I'm doing mine 13 inches, but folks, I'm little, I'm short, okay? I'm 5'1", so you may need it longer, and of course you need to come up. The width also depends on your pair of your jeans, your pair of pants, whatever it is you're gonna do. Has a lot to do with it too, okay? So make sure that you know ahead of time what you want. Okay, I'm going to I measured 13 inches, and it's right in here. Okay, right there, 13 inches. Okay, but I don't know why I took it back, but I need a half an inch for my seam allowance. You don't want to go up, but if you go up, you take away from the length. So what you go is go down, and you go into, I love these floral pins. They're very, very sharp and long. I love, 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 love them. And we do have them at the store, but I mean, I just love them. I couldn't find the other ones, and I got me a box, and I tell you, they're sharp. You have to be very careful though. Okay, so we need another half an inch down. So I'm measuring from here down. Here's the half an inch, and that's where I need to cut my pair of jeans, my leg. Okay, not in this one. This is the length I want. And to establish the seam allowance, you have to first do your length. Okay, and then of course go down and put your pin for your seam allowance. Okay, and like I said, I'm gonna take the length off now like that, because we already got the seam allowance in here, what we want. Once we do that, now also what I did, I want to make sure that my seams were nice together. So I pinned one in here and we pin one in here because excuse me, down here, because I want to be sure that my jeans, all my seams were together. And that is important for the reason that when you're going to fold it one way or the other, it doesn't really matter. Back. Okay, right on this seam pin, you want to fold it right there. You want to put your seams seam on seam, in other words, right there. See? That way, when you cut this, it's going to be fine. It's going to be straight. If you go this way, it's going to angle. See? This is going to be longer. And if you do it this way, this is going to be longer. You don't want to do that. You want to straight on the line. Okay? And once it's in there, everything is fine. The bottom, the top, everything needs to be nice, and make sure it's straight. Then you get your scissors. Hold it. And that pin has to be right in there on the fold. Right on the table that you cut it right there like that. Then you get your pair of scissors on the fold and just cut it. Just hold it here and just cut it all the way down. Okay? I say I'm not going to do mine, but let's give you an idea. Once you have that done, we're going to put the jeans aside right now. Okay, now I got me a piece of this is a Duso, and I love it, love, love, love it. All my patterns when I design is made in Duso because I can cut a dart, put it somewhere else, and everything stays together. Nothing breaks, and I like that. If you work with tissue, you know, that tear it up. This, see, it's just beautiful, and it doesn't give one way or the other, which is what I like too, and I can just work really well on it. This piece is 13 by 8, actually it's 13 and a half. And I'll tell you why, because that half, okay, is what we need to add to this. So this is the half that we took off on the jeans and we put it back on the bell bottom. So when you finish, you don't have, the length will be the same. Does it make sense? It, you know, it's just you took it out of one way, make it shorter. But this one, we have to give it in to make sure that the length stays the same. Trust me, it's gonna be okay. So, in other words, whoops, excuse me, if you fold that half an inch on the pair of jeans, you're still gonna have a 13-inch length, right? But if you fold this half an inch on the 13 and a half, you're gonna have still 13-inch. And that's what we want. So I got a 13-inch by I think it's about 17 inches, give or take, because mine, I didn't want it too wide. And we're talking about, this is the width. This is on the front side. You're gonna do 2 per leg of a pattern. So this is your pattern. You're gonna cut, say, 4 pieces, okay? So therefore, I don't want it too wide in the bell bottom for me. But you can make it as wide as you want to. I'm just giving you kind of a recipe on how to do it, okay? Now, once we do that, we're going to fold it. You know, this is the length, fold the length, okay, like this. Just fold it, okay? Now, the length from here to here is let's see, is 8 1/4. From here to here is 8 1/4. To that, I need to add another half an inch on either side because, of course, it's got a seam, right? So we're going to do it 9 1/4. And half of 9 1/4. Okay, let's do this. Hold on. So what I'm going to do first, also at the very top, go ahead and fold in a piece, that half an inch. I want you to fold the half an inch, and I'll tell you, you'll see it why here in a minute. And go ahead and pin it because we want it to stay there, okay? Or tape it. I don't have any Scotch tape. Sometimes I'll just, you know, tape it with Scotch tape, but I don't have any here, so I'll go ahead and pin it. Make sure that your seams are together, straight, okay? And that's your half an inch. You see my allowance. I'm just gonna bring it here, like that, and down here. And I'll show you why we have to do that later. Some of you already probably know, so that's good. And some of you are going to learn it. You know, you do these things now, then later you don't have to worry about it. Okay, here's my 13-inch on the folds. Right on it. Okay, very good. This is my 13-inch. Okay, very good. And I want, let me cut this because it's not even. Just at the bottom, doesn't matter on the top. Here we go. So, from the fold out, we're going to measure 4 1/8, which should be half, or 8 1/4. Okay, 4 1/8 right here. And then I'm going to give it another 1/2 inch. So I put the 4th and an 1/8 in the 1/2 inch mark, and then come down, and here we go, 1/2 inch. Now you don't have to worry about that one anymore. Okay, I just want to be sure that I had my 4 and an 1/8, and then 1/2 inch more for my seam allowance. Okay, so when we open it up, it should fit beautifully the pair of pants. Once you've done that, you're gonna come down, excuse me, from this seam mark, okay, to the edge of the bottom of this double piece, okay? And I'm just going to, like so. All right? And here's my angle that I needed. Now I'm gonna cut it. Let me pin this one more time in here, because I don't want to mess up here my, there we go, okay, there we go. So I'm gonna cut right up to the angle. And the reason you want this in here, and I'm gonna show you right now, is because here's the fold. See, it has a little angle. When you fold that angle, see how beautiful it goes? It doesn't take it away. You still have your seam allowance, and you can, by the way, when you get here, just to for you, for yourself, get the ruler. Excuse me. Come in from down here to down here, straight on. Let's see. There's the base of the 1/2 inch, both sides, and just do little marks to know that that's where, whoops, your seam allowance is going to be. Okay, hold it. Okay, can you see that? And now you got your seam allowance. That's where this is going to be sewn into the pair pins. Now, as you can tell, this is one ugly. Here we go. Ugly. See, here. But this is longer than this side. That means if it was on, this is going to hang in here and it's not going to look pretty. So, here how I take care of that problem. Okay? I come in, put my seams together right here, and very slowly, because you want these two pieces to stay together, you're going to bring it together. See, you bring, here's the seam allowances, put in the seam allowance against seam allowance. And if you want to pin it, you can. I'll just pin it. I don't know how new or how much experience you have. So let's just think that you don't have as much, and that way you'll be, for sure, you know what to do. Okay, this is the fold. You just keep going down, keeping your sides together, and bring it down, very careful. And very careful all the way down, okay? Until you get to the very end. And guess what? Look at this. Can you tell? That is that much bigger or longer. So we're gonna make a little, just right there, we're gonna make a little point, a little mark, so we can know what to do, okay? Also, oops, sorry. The center, make sure you put for your center grain, and I just go right in here. Okay, right there. And this is the grain of the fabric. Or if you want to go another direction, folks, no problem. Let's see. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. You can do on the bias. So you can do 2 lines, however you want it. It doesn't matter. But do it now, and that way you go, This is on the grain. And this is on the bias. Okay? That's just, you can do it either direction. So that's good to put those lines in there now, okay? And now, since we already got a little mark in here, we're gonna go ahead and fold it, and we can do this all at one time. Okay, there we go. Make sure it's all in there. Then get yourself a curve. Get yourself a curve if you have one. You don't need one, but it's best if you at least try to, I can eyeball it and just go straight on. You don't need much. This goes to the point, right at the very, very point of the fold, okay? And then just see how it's slightly curved? It's not much, okay? We don't want a lot. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna mark it again. And now it's gonna look like it's supposed to. And now when you open it up, it looks even, doesn't it? Oh, let me put it on the darker side. Ooh. Well, here we go, see? It has the little, and everything should be the same, see? All of it. And that's what you want. And this is not a circle, this is just, as I said, this is just a little bell, okay? Which it looks like a bell, right? Okay, let's see now what I did with my other things. If I don't put this on, they dry out really bad. So this is the pattern, okay? Now, we'll start the fun part of it. You will cut 4. And also, again, you might want to do that. Put in here, I don't want to mark my thing. Cut 4, okay? There you go. And either way, whether you want it on the bias or on the straight, it's up to you, okay? It's going to hang differently depending on the fabric and depending also on the, you know, the laces you're going to put in there. Once you have it cut, okay, you're going to have 2 of them. Go ahead and put both next to each other, and you're going to cut the fabric, and I'm going to do that. Hold on. I have this heavy duty, nice, it has weight to it. It's not as light as the other ones that I have, but I have this. And I don't even know how long I have this, but I love it. Okay. The whole idea is it's got some weight. This is what you want. You don't want it really stiff, but you want to have some weight on the not too light, but also not too stiff. If it's too stiff, it's gonna, you know, you want it to have some movement as you walk, okay? So on this one, I'm gonna do it on the grain. Let me see, let me do 2 of them at one time. Hold it. Because it'd be easier. I can always refold it later. Because you need 2 to, you know, I need 2 to show you what we're going to do. Okay. It's not hard, you know, it's just taking your time and doing it. Like I said, this is a real simple way to do it. There's no mathematics involved or anything. A lot of times, a lot of my pattern is a lot of mathematics, but this doesn't have it, so it's okay. Okay, you just want to be sure that I put that on the, there you go. Whoops, make sure I get it on the grain, you know, kind of like this, but I gotta move it forward a little bit more because there we got it. I think I got it now. Okay, so now you got it. These I don't mind cutting, but I did mind cutting the other one. Hold on, let's see if I can get it this in here, this angle. Go ahead and make sure you have the little angle there, because we needed it. And then, and I find if you cut it this way with the scissors next I mean, on, I guess on the left side, what I'm trying to say, of the fabric, it cuts very well. In other words, instead of cutting it this way, by cutting it this way, for some reason, it does better. Don't ask me why. The other way, I don't know. I just don't know. It just fit, to me. It just cuts right into the edge of it. If I do the other way, for some reason, I have a little pieces here and there. Also, what I love about this fabric, the Duso, is that you put it in there, and it's not going anywhere. I don't paint anything, but see how nice it stays? Doesn't move, and it just lays on it. It's just beautiful. See, so that's what you want. But if you don't have it, like I said, not necessary. I just love it, love it, love it. Okay, there we go. Make sure I have my little angle here. There we go. Yeah. All right. And that's it. Now you got the little pattern for some other time. If you have a little bit wider pair of pins, the next one, or even narrower, okay? Just cut the center of it. Either bring it in what you need or bring it out, tape it, and then just go for it. See what I mean? You can reuse it that way. And you don't have to make another pattern. You just, if you need it longer, if you need it longer, make a line about here. I mean, it doesn't matter where, just somewhere down here. And then you're gonna bring it up, or you're gonna fold it in. And then don't cut any of this. You might fold it in or whatever if you needed it. But you have a pattern that you can use it many different ways, okay? And here we go. All right. And here we go. Now, this is one leg, folks. You need 4, remember? Let's go back in here, and we're going to see what the deal is. This is where we need to bring it in, see? And there it is. See? You have an inch, because it may stretch a little bit more, but don't worry about it. Because this is, actually, this is wider because it comes out, but if you bring it in, half an inch right here, hold on. This, fold it in, okay? Because that's the line that's gonna be folded, there's gonna be sewn right in here, see? Half an inch in there, hold on, and half an inch in here. There you got it, right on it. See? It works. So, you know, and of course if you bring it a little bit higher, then of course you would, and that's where because that's where the half an inch is. You're gonna sew it right here, okay? And it's gonna work just fine. So here it is, folks. And now I'm going to put my little pieces then next to each other. Okay, put it somewhere that you have something to, you know, check yourself with. And I just happen to have this in here, which works very, very well. And then this one here, the same way. So, let's see, bring it down some, and bring it down some. There we go. Okay, that way I can work on both sides. Let's say, per se, that I want to do, you can also, you know, put any kind of laces in here, okay, and the very edge if you want to. This particular one, I may don't need to do anything. I might search it or something, but, you know, you don't really have to do anything because anything else is going to go over. Now, you can do it straight on. You can use, see, this has got a nice little way. Let's say you do something like this, and I'm sorry, I don't have any, the only things that I have in the store that I'm going to show you in here is this beautiful rose, and I have this one, which I just love too. Of the pieces that I have, the rest of the laces that I have, to show you kind of put it together, is just, you know, some that I had. Okay, see, for instance, you can put this one, but you want your dangles to come at the end, of the fabric right here. Just do it like that. Make sure everything goes at the end of the fabric. Okay, now if you want to gather, you're still going to do it the same way. Okay, you're going to still do it at the end of the fabric if you want to gather it. Let's just say we're going to gather a little bit so you have more movement. Then by all means gather it like that, for instance. Okay, and then maybe right on the top of this you want to put, say, let's say this one here, for instance. See? And then you're going to put another one on top, another one. See, this is heavy too. Not super heavy, but it's just nice weight. And we do have some at the store. I mean, it's just, you're not going to have this. Okay, then you're going to put another one in here. Again, you can gather it or not. Gather a little bit more, and maybe then put this one here or something similar to it. See how I'm doing? And then maybe, let's see what else I got here. And maybe another one. Now this is doing in the off-whites, but you can do it in any color you want, okay? And let me see, am I? Let me bring this over here a little bit more. I hope you're seeing what I'm doing. Okay, see what I mean? And then on the top, I bring another one. And then you can put another one. I mean, it's endless. So that's what it is. You may gather some, and then once you don't gather, okay? And then you will connect. Then before I finish the whole thing, I would, leave a little space, maybe like so. I go ahead and stitch both of the pieces together once I have it done. Because like I say, by putting this one, let's see if I can put that over here. By putting this one right next to each other, okay, you can be putting this in here and in here and in here and in here. Make sure your seams are matching. And once they're matching, you can either do two things. You can do, for instance, you can pin this together, the side seam. Okay, you can pin both sides together like this, see, and you have one piece. And that may be the thing you want to do. That's even easier. Just sew this side. Okay, straight stitch. If you want to do zigzag or serge or whatever, you can. Okay, and then here we go. Then we can just start putting it together. But don't sew it all the way to the very end. Leave about an inch. Okay, and I'll tell you why. I'm not worried whether it's the right side, wrong side, because I'm just showing you this. See, if you gather it a little bit, even if you're gathering it a little bit, you come all the way down here, okay? You will cut off what you don't need once you get it done. But when you sew it, again, you can glue it. Why not? You can glue it with Fabric Fusion. I have my top that I've been, washing and it's still drying and still good, doing good. So, whatever you want to do. I'm just saying this is a sewing project though, okay? So if you sew it or glue it, it's up to you. But do gather it a little, just slightly, not too much. Well, if you like a lot more, no problem either, It all depends what you like. But by doing this like this, see? But do not sew it all the way to the end. Leave about an inch off, okay, on either end. Because that way, when you get done with putting all the laces, and you're going to do the same thing on both sides, off 1 inch on either side, this is what you're going to do. Let's pretend you're going to put this one in here and hold it for a second before you do the other one. And you're going to hold it, this one in here, and hold it for a second, 1 inch off. put it up higher. Anyway, you know what I'm doing, what I'm talking about. Okay. And like I said, you want to cut to the edge, both of it, but then you're going to bring it in 1 inch, pin it, and this is all of them, okay? All of them, the same thing. Because then you're going to come here and stitch it with no laces. You have a prettier result that way. See? I'm going to put it all the way up. Just to show you, you'll have both of them done, okay? For instance. I just like to have it open when I work on something, you know. If you don't like it this, you can do however you want it, really. It's up to you. Okay, because, you see, hold it. Where am I? Hold on. Okay, here we go. It just got tangled. Sorry about that. Okay, see, you folded that 1/2 inch. The inch. And then you did your 1/2 inch in here. See, what happened is then you can put this over and the other one folded in, and then you have it all nice and finished. Or you can even bring them both together, sew it up, and then, you know, even after you turn it right sides together. Okay, let me show you. See? And I'm sorry about this because, like I said, I have nothing to use this for. I don't want to cut my laces just for this, and I didn't have anything else, you know, to show you how to do this. So, okay, here we go. Okay, so when you bring it all out, once you both seams are done, okay, what happens is that you're still going to have a 1/2 inch left in here, okay? Because you took half for the seam, so you still have another half. And that's the half that you can come in here. Let me go ahead and pin this one on this side. Just pretend that it's in there. At least on one side right here. See, you just do all kinds of things. It's just not, it's not hard. It's just, excuse me. Let's see, I think I put this one all the way down. Let me kind of, alrighty. Okay, so let's say we got this in here like this, okay? Like this. And this is loose, and this is loose, okay? Well, you bring it like this, because you already, by then you have cut your lace, okay? So, then bring this one all the way on the back here, so you have a seam, and then when you bring it out, you're gonna have it, okay? And this is gonna be, you know, like this. And I hope this helped you, because like I say, I don't have anything to make this with, and I didn't want to, you know, cut my jeans. Sorry, Lucille, I didn't want to cut my pair of jeans. But at least you got a pattern. You get the idea of what you're doing, which is the main thing, okay? And you can, but I like it, like I say, if it's better for you, and please do what is better for you. If it for you is better to do both seams on both sides and turn them right side out and start adding your laces, by all means, do it. It's just that I found it easier for me because I can see how everything goes if I only have one seam done, and then I place all my laces in here, like I say, off 1 inch. I'm cut it at the edge of the fabric, but off 1 inch. Okay, do not sew or do not glue. That's the only thing you have to do. In other words, here's the inch. Here's the lace. You don't want to finish there. You want to finish at the edge. It's just that you're going to fold it 1 inch. Okay? Whoa, let me do it here again. I can see it. In other words, see, here's the edge, and I got this here. So let's say, for instance, that my lace finished. This is the inch I want to fold. I want to finish my lace at the edge, always. And also make sure that from here to here, from here to here on the laces are the same height, okay? In the same measurement. Then I would cut it right at the edge. It's just that I'm going to not sew it, and I'm gonna fold it back so I can have that inch in there, okay? And the same in here. There's my inch off an inch. Cut at the edge, but when I have it all together, you know, everything is gonna be the same. Then I bring this here and pin it to get it out of the way, so I can seam these two pieces together, turn it round side out, and basically then it's just finish up the little pieces on all of them. You can do it by hand, you can glue it, whatever you want to do. So that's basically it. I hope I help you. It's been really a pleasure to do this. If you have any more ideas, if you have more questions, if you want to know the one more in detail, you know, then I'll try to figure out what I want to cut and do it. But I think this was going to help you a lot. And again, you can make it as wide or as narrow as you want, the bottom part of it, okay? It's just give you more length of the bottom to fold your fabric in, you know, and that way you have, it's wider in the bottom. But always the same on the top, okay? So until then, stay well, stay crafty, and God bless you.